Alright, so here's my armature from before, where I used cardboard cutouts, and I started adding more newspaper as I was going along to kind of fill in the fat and the muscles on this animal. Now, what I need to do is, I took the puffed up or scrunched up newspaper and I filled it in, and I'm taping it around as I go. But I wanted to get on to the next demonstration on how to make an armature, just out of basically newspaper and tape. I will say, when you are making your armature, you're gonna wrap it completely in tape. Like, I know you can still see some newspaper spots open, but this will eventually get wrapped up in tape. I'm just gonna move along with this right now. I'm gonna set it aside because I need to make another demonstration for you, and this is a time-consuming process. So this is not going to come together in 5 minutes. It's not going to come together even in one class period. So you really have to give yourself some time to do this. So I still have my reference picture out. I'm remembering the proportions that we talked about before on my Jaguar. I compared its head to like other parts of its body. It's about 4 to 4.5 heads long. So I want to keep that. I'm going to keep my cutouts here just because I had these drawn out, like the basic shapes and forms of the Jaguar, and I want to create that again, but this time just with newspaper. So I'll show you how to do that, and this is probably the way that I prefer to make an armature, but you can use whichever process you like. So really, I'm going to take some pieces of newspaper, different sizes, and I'm just going to start scrunching them up together. And think about kind of like the shape and form that I want to have. Like, it's going to be a piece of its body. Let's get these together, and this could be like another piece of its body, and then maybe I'll make another chunk right here for its head. Oh, using the obituary, that's really nice. I know they're coming apart, but that's okay. I'll show you how to fix that. Alright, so we can do that. And something that I've learned is, I got the comics, I want to read those. Those are going over there for later so I could read them. But something that I've kind of learned is, when you scrunch up your pieces, they want to come apart, and they're going to deal with that thing. So you can kind of take your scrunched up pieces, and wrap them in a bigger piece together. That's like a burrito kind of situation. Maybe I'll cut away this excess. Okay. And then I can secure some of those things in place. Put that in there. Get it in place. Okay, and the way I want to think about this is, kind of want to like look at this almost like clay. And this doesn't look like it's going to be a Jaguar's body, but that's okay. It's this weird little lump of newspapers, and like, you can already probably tell that the head is way off, but this is clay. I mean, this is newspaper, and I'm going to treat it like clay, and I'm going to manipulate it and get it to go where I want to go. Or like right now, this Jaguar doesn't even have a neck. Can't even tell where the head's supposed to go, so I kind of want to get in there and like pinch away, or even like maybe cut in there and snip at it, so I can kind of tuck this in. And kind of tuck and twist and squeeze and like make things go where I want them to go. You manipulate this just like you would clay. There you go. Okay. You can always add, or you can subtract. It's starting to look a little bit more like Jaguar's body, and I'm trying to make sure that it kind of captures the proportions that I got before. And remember that I will be adding clay to this quick drying clay later on to get more of the details of the head, like the mouth and probably its nose and like its little ears and stuff like that. Right now I got like the basic part of the body down, so I can start to kind of sculpt out its legs. And you just kind of have to like look at the shape and form of everything, how skinny the legs are, how long they are, and there's no like one way of doing this. You kind of have to look and see how you go. Remember in clay, I think there was a day where I told you guys you can't always ask me how to make everything. Sometimes there's not a quick recipe for everything. Sometimes you just gotta make it. You just gotta do it. Can't tell you how to do everything. Remember, I'm gonna treat this like clay and make it go where I want it to go. There we go. Okay. And that kind of matches that. And then I kind of have to tape this stuff in place. Okay. And you know, as you're doing this, if you want to incorporate cardboard, you can. That's fine. So this is one of the front legs, and I'm going to have to add that to the body. So, you know, it needs to go about there. And I don't like this little point right there, so I'm going to push it down. I ran out of tape. I ran out of pieces of tape waiting for me. Oh, I don't need it going down. And what you can do is, and again, like, you're not liking something, force it to go where you want it to go. Bend it, cut it, do what you gotta do. And careful taping it on. So I'm gonna be careful how I'm taping this on because I want to show that the leg kind of comes off of the body. Like its own little separate end. It's connected to the body, but it's still on its own. Like it sticks out from the body, so I want to capture that. So I'm careful how I tape it, not to tape it too tightly to the rest of the body. I don't like this corner right there. I think it's too sharp. So again, I'm going to make it go where I want it to go. I'm going to soften it up. I'm going to push at it. There you go. Now I've added one leg. And I'm just going to keep going with this and make other ones. So let's do like one more leg and then add that. Okay, so there's like this chunkier part of the leg right here, and then it kind of bends this way and then again that way. Just kind of like, so it looks like nothing now, but playing with it. Like one part of the leg that's thicker, and then one part that's like a little thinner. And it looks like nothing, I know, but manipulate the newspaper as I'm going along. Now I have a little bit of that leg action. Now it's not perfect, but I can add to it. And then knowing that this is going to get added to this part of the body. Now, I think that if you're looking at this right now, this leg looks like it's going to come off of the body way too much. But that's okay. What I'll do is I will push it against the body, and this body will kind of indent a little bit and kind of have some give. So it doesn't look like it's this big, huge, fat leg sticking off the body crazy. And then I just have to tape it in place. You're going to have to work with the tape a little bit. Sometimes the tape does not want to stick. This is much better tape than we've had in previous years though, so don't worry. Don't worry if that happens. I'll fix it. There we go. And I will just keep adding each piece part by part, like part of the bodies, and then keep wrapping it until it's completely covered in tape. It looks a little more like this, and this even needs to get wrapped up more in tape. That's it.